The South African government has slammed Trump's tweet on land seizures of white farmers. The South African government has said that the US president's tweet is based on false information and reflected a narrow perception which only seeks to divide the nation and remind South Africa of their colonial past. Trump had tweeted that his administration would be looking into alleged seizures of white-owned farms and the large-scale killing of farmers. He had said, and I quote, "I have asked Secretary of State Pompeo to closely study the South African land and farm seizures and expropriations and the large-scale killing of farmers. South African government is now seizing land from white farmer." Some farmers in South Africa fear their land could have been taken from them in the midst of a racially charged national debate over land reform that caught the attention of US President Donald Trump. Though no land seizures have occurred, the prospect has sent panic through some white farming communities who worry the policy will strip them of their land, cause land prices to plummet, or make them the target of potentially violent land seizures. The proposed land reform is a lawful process that seeks to correct the legacy of decades of white minority rule that stripped blacks of their land. In July, President Cyril Ramaphosa said his party would amend the constitution so the state could expropriate land without compensation to speed up the land reform process. But that has not yet happened and no land has been seized.
That then confirms that there is...
We like the lifestyle of farming. We love the outdoor type of lifestyle. And we try very hard to not go and live into a walled security area somewhere. But it costs a lot of money in the first place to have the necessary security. It's fact, you know, we've lost 4 of our neighbours in the last 10, 12 years due to farm murders. My direct neighbour was murdered 4 or 5 years ago, and it's people very close to you eventually that gets affected. So it's a great concern to us, and I think it's something that government should look into and try and stop as soon as possible.
Crisis in South Africa with regards to the murdering of farmers. The figure have fluctuated over the past years. Over the past 20 years it initially went down, but over the last 4 years we've seen a rapid increase in farm murders. The problem with these murders, of course any murder is a problem, but if you compare it to the average murder rate in South Africa, our estimate is that your chances of being murdered if you're a farmer is 3 to 4 times higher than that of an ordinary South African.